Stop talk. Yeah, we keeping it smooth. Your favorite paralegal got the legal groove. From the stars in the courtroom to your cousin's case, we breaking it all down. No rush, just pace. One of the questions I am getting now is why did Nolan Wells' mother file to open his estate? I'm Cassandra, aka your favorite paralegal, and this is Legal Doc Talk. So instead of me, I have replied to about five people right now. So I think the quickest way is to just do a video and put it out there for y'all to see. Here's the thing, opening an estate is often one of the first legal steps that must happen after someone dies, especially when there are legal rights, assets, or potential claims that need someone with court authorization authority to handle them. Yes, your girl does work. Well, I would say I wouldn't say work in, but yes, I do assist attorneys and pro se clients in drafting wills, power of attorneys, just working in estate planning. And you would be surprised how difficult it is to handle finance or real estate when you do not have a will because an individual died unexpectedly. So the way to do it is opening an estate. So we're going to use uh, Christina Wells Wansley and her son Nolan Wells, their court filing to explain exactly why this process matters, because a lot of people, and I addressed it on one of the someone made a comment first initially on one of the posts that I did on YouTube, because they didn't understand as to why she would, open an estate. And I did mention, I was like, I know the reason. I know the reason because, and this probably going to sum it up, but I'm still going to go over it. But in my opinion, based off of what I've seen and based off of the experience that I have been involved in with firms and attorneys, families do file wrongful death lawsuits. They do file personal injuries, and a lot of people isn't aware. So they think that, okay, Ben Crump is handling this. Yes, he is an advocate for the community, but y'all have to realize the areas of law that he practices in. Civil rights being one, but two, personal injury. And under that catastrophic injury umbrella is wrongful deaths. All right, but anywho's, let's go to this. Let me pull this up and shout out to Document Tings for pulling this filing, because baby, I couldn't find it. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I could not find this. And your girl find everything. I could not find this, but shout out to Document Tings for getting this filing. So according to the Mississippi Chancery Court filings, Miss Christina Wells Wansley, who is Nolan Wells' mother, filed a petition asking the court to appoint her as the administratrix of her son's estate after he passed away. Now, the petition does state that Nolan died without a will, meaning he died intestate. Under Mississippi law, when there is no will, the court must appoint someone to administer the estate, and the next of kin generally has the, priority to serve. That is why the petition cites Mississippi Code annotated section 91-7-63. The petition also requested that the court waive the bond, inventory, and appraisal requirements. Now, 3 days later, the court granted the petition, appointing Miss Christine Wells Wansley as the administratrix, and issued the letters of administration giving her legal authority to act on behalf of his estate. Now, here's the part that's easy to misunderstand. This filing does not by itself accuse anyone of wrongdoing. It does not automatically mean a wrongful death lawsuit has been filed. Instead, it gives the court appointed representative the legal authority to handle matters that belong to the estate. That authority can include collecting and protecting estate assets, paying valid debts and expenses, working with financial institutions, hiring attorneys on behalf of the estate when appropriate, um, reviewing whether a legal claim exists, preserving deadlines if the claim needs to be investigated, and resolving any type of legal matters that belong to the estate. Without being appointed by the court, a parent, even if you're the parent of that child, generally does not have the legal authority to act on behalf of the estate simply because you're a family member. That is why the petition is necessary. Now, another point I want to bring to you guys' attention is timing. In this case, the petition was filed July 20th, and the court entered its order appointing her on July 23rd. What I tell you, that is a relatively quick turnaround. That's quick. I have never have seen an administrator been appointed that quick. I kid you not. I kid you not. But why is this a point important? Because there are often time sensitive matters after a person dies. There may be insurance companies to contact, uh, property to protect, financial accounts that need attention. You might have to retain records, or there may be legal deadlines that could affect the estate's rights. So, by obtaining letters of administration promptly, the court ensured that there was someone legally authorized to make decisions and act on the estate's behalf. Now, that doesn't tell us what actions, she will ultimately take. It just simply means she's now the legal authority to take them if it's necessary. Now, the biggest misconception I do see online is that they open an estate, so they must be suing. That's not what these court filings tell us. Now, I know at the beginning of the video, I did say, in my opinion, I believe that it's going to lead down this road because, I see the process. I know the process. I've witnessed the process. But I'm not saying that this particular filing means that she's going to end up suing. All right. We're just going to have to sit back and watch. Okay. So in Nolan Wells' case, the filing shows that the mother asked the court for the legal authority to administer his estate, and the court granted that request. So whether the estate later pursues insurance claims, probate matter, or any type of civil litigation would depend on future actions and additional court filings, not this petition itself. Okay. So that is why it's important to read the court documents carefully and understand which each filing, actually accomplishes before we draw any conclusions. But that's why you got your girl on here to kind of break this down so you guys can understand what's happening. Now, once again, this filing is not saying that she's going to file a wrongful death lawsuit or a personal injury claim. All right, this is just saying that she has been appointed to manage her son's estate because he passed away without a will. And without a will, you cannot do anything on behalf of the deceased person just because you're their family member. You got to go through the courts. But anywho's, y'all like this video. If you have any comments or questions, please drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until then, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.